how's it going? Laura with Garden Answer. I hope that you saw our most recent video where I put together this DIY cat tree, and it was such a fun project that I thought it would be a good idea to go over it a little bit more in detail and kind of explain the process and some of the pieces we used, because Russell loves it. I was unsure what his reaction would be because we've never had anything like this for him here. We just have our normal furniture that he likes to climb up, and that's another reason why I'm happy to have it, especially these scratching posts. Hopefully it'll deter him from scratching on our furniture. Anyway, so it's also made from a lot of different things that are easy to find in regular stores, and or you may have these things laying around your house already. Like the base of it, so we started with this metal shelf right here. This is a really inexpensive, under $20 shelf you can pick up at Home Depot or any box store. And we actually have a lot of these hanging out around our house because we use them to organize our extra stuff. So we have them down in our basement in various sizes. This is just a simple 3-shelf unit. So that's what I started with. Started with constructing that first, put the bottom shelf on, and then the crate had to go in next because I couldn't fit the crate. It was a little too tall if I had the second shelf on. So I just set that one in there, and you can see it stained a little bit darker color. You might have seen these in the store a little bit different color because they usually come in a natural, which is a little bit bright for me. I thought staining it would make it look like it fit in a little bit more in my house. And I do think it's really pretty. I think I used a color called Special Walnut or something like that. Any color that's just dark I thought would look nice. So then I could put the second shelf on, but in order to do that, I had to get these prepped first because these and the shelf had to go on all at the same time, which was a little tricky. So these scratching posts, the base of them is made out of a black PVC pipe that is like a predetermined length that you can buy at Home Depot. So that was nice. We didn't have to cut those to size. We did, however, cut a little notch out of the back of each one of them so that we could fit the shelf inside. And then after the notch was cut out, I applied the rope, and to do that I just used hot glue and a bunch of rope. It took a little bit of time, but I think they turned out really nice, and I love to hear the sound of Russell scratching these rather than scratching my couch. So then I was able to put the shelf in the notches of each one of these and then feed it over the whole thing and get that all secured, and then I was able to put the third shelf on. So the next step was putting carpet on, which is such a fun thing because we just did a makeover for Benjamin's nursery, and I had extra pieces of carpet left over, and some of them are big. And I hate to throw that away. Like, I feel like there should be a good use for it. And it's funny because not just a month later, we found a use for a couple of little pieces anyway. So I cut these to fit and then applied hot glue along the outsides and then a few spots in the middle. I mean, it's pretty sturdy in there. Russell has been playing on this quite a bit, and I don't think it's gonna go anywhere anytime soon. And then I attached this crate. So this one is very sturdy. It's not going anywhere. What I did was I drilled a hole right here and in the back corner here through the crate down underneath the shelf, and then ran a bolt through that hole. So the bolt went through the hole and then a washer went underneath here, and then I used a nut and kind of just tightened it all together so that it was sturdy so that he could lay on it or get on top of here and it's not going to go anywhere. Then I hot glued another piece of carpet in here to cover the top of the bolts. So after that was done, we did this right here. And I don't think we showed this very good in the video, so I really wanted to kind of turn it around and explain this. So this is just a piece of wood that was a pre-cut piece at Home Depot. Again, did not have to have a saw. Then we used a couple of simple L brackets, attached those to the wood, and then I hot glued this piece of carpet to kind of create this little, what do you call this? Stairs, ramp, bridge, whatever. So anyway, it's just another place where Russell can play and climb up that and get up to this top level. So that kind of brings us to the garden part of this whole tower. I started by planting this cat grass just in a tray here. This tray does not have drain holes, and that's okay because this crop is super temporary. It's one that comes up super fast. The cats eat it, roll around in it, play in it, whatever, and then you can start a new crop easily. So I wasn't worried about giving it drainage because it's not long lived. This is like day 8 of this cat grass. I mean, pretty insane growth there. After that, I worked on these. So these are just paint cans you can buy in the paint section that are just plain. There's no paint in them, they're clean. I did paint a little piece of chalkboard paint in the front here on each one of them, and then we bolted them on. So as far as the plants go, they're really easy, you guys. So there's no drain holes, of course, in the bottom here. So I just wanted to make sure that it was completely contained, that no water was gonna escape anywhere and ruin any carpet or anything or any flooring. So I have a little saucer down in this can, but what I thought it would be perfect to plant them in little plastic pots like this. So I just used a really good potting soil to pot these in the right size pot to fit down in this can, because sometimes they come in squares. Oftentimes that's what we'll get down in the garden center, is we'll get them in little 4-inch squares. So I just took them out, potted them in these little rounds because they're perfect. They sit right on the lip of these cans. I can pop them out when they need to be watered, put them in the sink, water them, let them drain in the sink, and then pop them back in. It's totally easy. You don't have to worry about water anywhere out here, which is great. And then as far as the plant choice here, I went with herbs because cats really like herbs. These two right here, the thyme and the mint, Russell really likes to smell them, and that's really what most cats will do with those two type of crops. Sometimes I'll see him nibble on the mint, but not often. He reaches through the slats and tries to play with them quite a bit, but he really likes those ones. This is a rosemary here, and this is actually a good natural flea repellent for cats, so I thought it would be good to be up here because he could get alongside it, you know, kind of rub on it maybe, and then maybe that could be helpful for when he goes outside. Maybe we won't deal with fleas ever, which would be awesome. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it was a fun one to watch. It was certainly a fun and different project for me, something I've never done before, and it was fun to think of different things. It was actually a melding of Aaron and my ideas together. It was his idea to use this shelving unit to start with, and then we just started to compile ideas, and we actually just walked the aisles of the hardware store and just looked for things that we thought, oh, that'd be fun if we attached it here, like with the paint cans, that kind of thing. So it's just kind of a fun, creative process. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you in the next video. Bye.